If this message has found you today, it is because your soul is ready to hear its truth. This is a prayer for the space between a goodbye and a new beginning. Have you been living in the quiet echo of a door that has closed? In the tender, bruised silence that follows the storm, where the sky is washed clean, but the landscape of your heart is irrevocably changed. This is the sacred pause of release, a holy, tender territory of the soul, a place the world tells us to hurry through. Society demands we sweep away the wreckage and rebuild instantly. It applauds strength that doesn't show its scars, resilience that never admits it was wounded. It tells you to turn your gaze forward, to not linger on the ghost of what was. But your spirit, in its deep, ancient wisdom, knows better. It knows that some goodbyes are not chapters to be skimmed. They are initiations. They are sacred rites of passage that demand not our speed, but our stillness. They ask for our reverence. They deserve the holy water of our tears. This stillness, this ache, is not a sign that you are failing to move on. It is the undeniable signature of a love that was true, a testament to a story that mattered deeply, a bond that was real and sacred. The world may rush you, telling you to just get over it, as if the heart is a simple machine. But what if the only way out is through? What if the healing isn't in pretending you don't hurt, but in having the courage to let the pain be seen, to let it be held in a sacred space? What if the wound itself is the consecrated ground where you will meet your own strength, your own divinity, in a way you never have before? Your journey is sacred. If this message resonates with a truth in your own heart, honor it in the comments below. I am here to bear witness to your story. You feel it, don't you? The immense, unspoken pressure to be fine, to present a version of yourself to the world that is healed, whole, and untroubled by the past, all for the comfort of others. You feel the silent battle within your own spirit. A frantic voice, born of deep-seated fear, urges you to distract yourself, to fill the silence with noise, to numb the ache with anything you can find. It screams at you to run from the tenderness of your own sorrow. But then there is another voice, a quiet whisper from the very center of your soul. It gently begs you to stay, to simply sit with the grief, to witness its shape and texture without judgment, to honor the beauty and the pain of the story that has reached its final page. Let this truth settle into the marrow of your bones. This is not a story about being broken beyond repair. This is a story about being brave enough to come apart. Brave enough to feel the full spectrum of a human heart in a world that often demands we feel nothing at all. It is in the coming apart that a more authentic, more resilient, and more compassionate self is forged in the fire. So today, in this moment, we will not run. We will not numb. We will not pretend. We will sit together in this quiet, aching, hallowed space. And here, we will learn the 4 sacred movements in the divine rhythm of grace. First, to have the courage to truly let it end. Then, the bravery to let it hurt. Next, the patience to gently let it heal. And finally, the faith to peacefully let it go. The first movement is often the most difficult, to truly, fully let it end. Not just in the logical mind that knows it's over, but in the heart, the body, and the soul that still cling to the memory. Our deepest survival instinct is to fill a void the moment it appears, to rush into the emptiness and rebuild what has fallen before the silence has a chance to speak its wisdom to us. We do this because in the open space of an ending, we are confronted with our own profound vulnerability, and it can feel utterly terrifying. We are conditioned to fight for what we love, to fix what is broken. But a deeper divine wisdom understands a more nuanced truth. Some things are not broken. They are simply complete. Their season is over. Their purpose in our lives has been fulfilled. Perhaps this is your story now. You have been telling yourself, but I gave so much. I can't let all that effort, all that love, be for nothing. But the truest way to honor your investment is not to remain in a season that has passed. It is to choose not to let a beautiful story turn bitter, not to let a cherished memory decay by forcing it to live beyond its natural conclusion. An ending is not a failure. It is a sacred completion. It is the sun setting on a day that was full and meaningful. The sun does not apologize for its descent. It is the quiet, necessary arrival of winter after the blaze of autumn. The season of rest has its own purpose, its own non-negotiable rhythm. Your mind may wrestle with it, asking 1,000 what-ifs, but your soul already knows. It has felt the subtle shift in the spiritual atmosphere. Sometimes the ending isn't a dramatic crash, but a slow, quiet fading. A friendship that drifts apart without a single fight. A passion that once burned brightly, and now is just embers. These ambiguous goodbyes can be the most unsettling, leaving you to question what you did wrong. But you must learn to trust the quiet knowing, that inner whisper that says, "This is done now." This requires the courage of a gardener who knows she must cut back the dead branches for the plant to thrive in the spring. She doesn't mourn the cut. She understands its necessity. You cannot hold on to the branch of yesterday and reach for the vine of tomorrow. To choose the future that is calling you, you must release the past that has been. Let the story have its final, graceful period. Let the door gently, firmly, click shut. Let it end. Now, we enter the next movement. We sit in the quiet aftermath, in the holy ground of goodbye, and we grant ourselves unconditional, radical permission to hurt. This is the chapter the world teaches us to tear out of the book. The sharp, messy, inconvenient truth of loss. It's the physical ache that takes up residence in your chest, a heaviness that makes it hard to breathe. It's the lump in your throat when you try to speak of ordinary things. It's the tears that well up at inconvenient moments, waiting behind your eyes, begging for the grace of release. The world says to hold them back, to be productive with your pain. But your spirit asks for something far more courageous. It asks you to simply let them fall. Have you felt this too? The bone-deep weariness from the performance of being fine. The silent, screaming overwhelm you feel in a crowded room where everyone else seems happy. This is the dense physical weight of unfelt, unexpressed pain. It doesn't just disappear. It seeps into your cells. It dims your inner light. It constructs a subtle, invisible fortress around your heart. And yes, that fortress may protect you from more pain, but it also blocks the light. It prevents new love, new connection, and new joy from finding its way in. To let it hurt is a profound act of self-love. It is a sacred vow you make to the deepest part of you. You are saying, "I see you. I feel your pain. I will not abandon you in this darkness." So, sit with the anger for a moment. It is a loyal guardian. It is the part of you that knows your sacred worth, the part that rose up to defend your dignity. Honor it. Then listen to the sadness. It is a holy testament. It is the exact measure of how deeply you loved. Its depth is not a sign of your weakness, but proof that what you have lost was truly precious. This terrain of sorrow is hallowed ground. This pain is not your enemy to be vanquished. It is a divine messenger. It is pointing to the unhealed places within you, the old wounds that this new loss has quietly reawakened. The moments from your childhood where you learned the story that you were not enough, or that love was conditional. If this touches a truth in your own heart, please stay with me, because this is the fertile ground where the deepest healing is born. Not in running from the darkness, but in bringing a gentle, loving attention to it. So, breathe into the ache. Do not fight it. Do not judge it or shame it for being there. Simply allow it. Let it hurt. And then, just as you begin to believe the sorrow will be your permanent address, A softness enters, a subtle shift in the inner landscape. This is the quiet, gentle arrival of healing. It does not announce itself with trumpets. It arrives like the first hint of dawn after a long night, slowly, tentatively, almost imperceptibly at first, until one day, you simply realize you can take a deeper breath. The weight in your chest feels a little lighter. Healing is not a return to the person you were before the pain. That person, that version of you, is gone forever. Healing is about allowing yourself to become the person you are now, wiser, softer, with a greater capacity for compassion because you have navigated your own depths. Your wounds do not make you broken or impure. They are the sacred openings through which the light can finally pour in. They are the kintsugi cracks, where divine grace can enter and make you more beautiful and resilient than before. You know another woman who is walking this same path in silence. Share this message with her not just as a video, but as a quiet offering of understanding from one lighthouse to another. Healing is the gentle, mysterious work of the divine, the slow, masterful mending of your spirit from the inside out. It is the quiet, cyclical journey of returning to your own sacred center, the place deep within you that was never and could never be broken. Perhaps this describes your own journey. You have been striving for so long, trying so hard to be perfect, to prove your worth through relentless action and doing. But your soul is so profoundly tired. It is aching for a season of rest, of grace, of stillness. Healing is not another item on your to-do list. It is a state of being you must finally allow. Allow yourself moments of unproductivity without an ounce of guilt. Allow yourself to receive comfort and care. Allow yourself to be held by a love that is infinitely greater and more powerful than your pain. Let healing be like a gentle, soaking rain, washing over the dry, tired ground of your heart, nourishing the new seeds of possibility that are sleeping there, just waiting for permission to grow. Let it heal. From this soft, sacred, and healing space, we learn the final movement of grace. We learn to let go. This is not a violent act of forgetting. It is not a cold severing of connection. It is the gentle, slow, conscious opening of your hand. A hand that you may not have even realized was clenched in a white-knuckled grip. Clenched so tightly around the story, the memory, the pain. You thought that grip was keeping you safe, but it was only keeping you tethered. Tethered to a ghost. Tethered to a past that is no longer alive and breathing. To let go is to release the future you had so carefully planned with that person or that situation. It is to truly mourn the life you thought you would have. That is a real loss in itself, and it deserves to be honored. Letting go is also the release of your tight grip on control, the release of the burning, anxious need to have all the answers, to understand exactly why things happened the way they did. It is the release of the heavy narrative of victimhood, of what went wrong. You are not the victim of your history. You are the sacred author of your becoming. And the next chapter can only begin when you gently place the old book down on the shelf. You can cherish its wisdom. You can honor its beautiful memories. But you do not have to live inside its pages any longer. Letting go is the ultimate act of faith. Faith that the universe is conspiring for your good, not against you. Faith that you are resilient enough to walk into the beautiful unknown. Faith that the divine is already weaving a new path for you. A path forward that is filled with more peace, more ease, more joy, and more authentic, vibrant life. Breathe in this new, clean, clear possibility. Breathe out the stale, heavy weight of yesterday. This is the soul's sacred exhale. Let the waters of forgiveness flow. Forgiveness for them, for what they did or didn't do with what they knew. But most importantly, forgiveness for yourself. For what you think you should have seen, or known, or done differently. Let it all go. Let it drift away like a single cloud in a vast blue sky. Let it dissolve into the great, loving ocean of existence. You are not defined by your past. You are the wide open space of what is to come. You are not your chains. You are the key to your own freedom. So now, I invite you, wherever you are, to create a small sanctuary for this moment. Soften your shoulders, unclench your jaw. You may soften your gaze or gently close your eyes. Place a hand over the center of your heart. Feel the steady, faithful rhythm of your own life beating beneath your palm. It takes immense courage to be this open, this vulnerable, to open your heart to the presence of the divine. Let us enter this time of prayer together, a sacred and intimate conversation. Let these words be a vessel for the unique cry of your own heart. O divine source, creator of all that is, great mystery that holds us all. You who are the beginning and end of all love, the source of all true and lasting peace. You see into the most hidden chambers of my heart, the rooms I have kept locked from the world, and sometimes, even from myself. You see the exact landscape where the ending occurred, the empty chair at the table, the silence on the other end of the phone, the future that vanished in a single moment. I ask you to come and meet me there, in that holy, aching silence. Grant me the divine grace to fully and truly accept what is finished. Help me to see this painful ending not as a final wall, but as a sacred doorway into a new and unknown horizon. Help me to honor all that was beautiful and true, without being forever chained to its ghost. Lord, I ask you to come and meet me where I feel most lost and alone. Come and find me in this long, quiet, lonely season of my pain. You know the true shape of this ache, the sharp sting of a promise broken, the dull, heavy weight of a grief that has no name. Please, stay with me when the hurting feels like it will never end. Hold my hand in the deep darkness of a sleepless night. When a memory ambushes my heart in the middle of an ordinary day, remind me that my tears are not a weakness, but a holy and necessary release. Assure me that this pain is a sacred passage, not a permanent, desolate destination. Give me the profound courage to feel it all, completely and without fear, knowing that your infinite presence is my shield, knowing that your unconditional love is the anchor that holds me steady in this storm. And now, divine healer, weaver of broken hearts, I open myself to your grace. Pour your gentle, mending spirit over my wounds like a warm and soothing golden balm. Mend the subtle fractures in my soul that no one else can see. Quiet the anxious, looping voices of fear and regret in my mind. Please, replace my deep spiritual fatigue with your profound divine rest. Please heal the ancient, deep-seated belief that I am somehow unworthy of love and belonging. Heal the persistent whisper of shame that keeps my spirit small and afraid to take up space. Send your light and your love to the young child inside of me who first learned this pain, who first believed she was not enough. Remind me now of my own sacred, unshakable worth, a worth that was gifted to me at my creation, a worth that was never in question, a light within me that was never, ever truly extinguished. Help me to be patient and kind with this gentle work of becoming. Help me to rest in the sanctuary of your loving and masterful repair. Finally, divine liberator, give me the strength and the faith to release what is no longer mine to hold. Help my soul to finally unclench its fist, to open its hand, and to let go of the story, the pain, the weight I have carried for so long. Help me to release the ghost of the future I had so carefully planned. Help me to release the burning, exhausting need to understand why. Help me to release the heavy burden of my own self-judgment. Help me to finally, truly forgive myself for not knowing back then what I am only beginning to know now. Let it all float away on your holy breath, and I ask that you fill the empty space it leaves behind. Fill it with your profound, abiding peace. Fill it with a quiet, certain, and gentle hope for what is still to come. Fill it with the unshakable truth of who I am in your eyes, beloved, whole, and forever worthy. Thank you for this sacred journey. Thank you for your constant, loving presence. Amen. Now let these truths settle deep into your being, into your bones. Breathe them in not as concepts, but as your new reality. You can repeat them silently in the quiet sanctuary of your own heart. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become from this moment forward. I am not broken. I am becoming whole. My worth is inherent, sacred, and does not need to be earned. I am worthy of peace, love, and joy, exactly as I am right now. My scars are not signs of my damage. They are a beautiful map of my resilience, proof that I can heal. I have permission to feel all of my emotions without judgment. My feelings are wise messengers, not my enemies. I am a safe and loving harbor for my own heart. I release the past with grace and gratitude. I am grateful for the lessons it taught me and the strength it forged in me. I am no longer available for stories of shame or unworthiness. Peace is my divine birthright, not a reward I must strive for. Rest is my sacred duty to my soul, not a luxury. I am held. I am guided. I am deeply and unconditionally loved. My healing is unfolding in every moment. My future is an unwritten poem of infinite possibility. I am walking forward in faith and with quiet courage. I am ready for the beauty of what is coming next. Gently now. When you are ready, with no rush at all, begin to bring your awareness back to the gentle weight of your body, back to the feeling of the air on your skin, back to the subtle sounds in the space around you. And when it feels right, you can slowly open your eyes. But as you do, make a gentle intention to carry this profound sense of peace with you. Do not leave it behind in this meditation. Let it integrate into your very cells, into your being. This stillness, this strength, this grace, it is yours to keep. Remember the sacred journey you have taken today, from the courage to let it end, to the bravery to let it hurt, from the patience to let it heal, to the faith to finally let it go. This is the holy rhythm of spiritual rebirth. It is not a one-time event. It is a map you now hold within your heart, a path you can always return to, whenever a new ending asks for your grace. Know this deep in your spirit. You are not your pain. You are the courageous healing that follows. You are the quiet wisdom gained from walking through the fire. You are the deep compassion that was born from tending to your own sorrow. You are the incredible strength you discovered not in spite of the breaking, but because of it. And peace is your divine birthright. It is the natural state of your spirit. You do not have to climb a mountain to earn it. You must only become still enough to allow it to find you again. If your soul is calling for a consistent place of peace and remembrance, I invite you to subscribe and join our sanctuary. You don't have to walk this path alone. You are welcome here.